What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Did y'all see that? What?
Let's just throw Scream 6 in there for like
It
my
was good.
favorite movie. It was really good. The best of the franchise, in my opinion, since the first one.
Yeah.
Casimere Jollette, welcome inside the Crazy Ant Farm. How are you?
I'm good. I'm here in New York.
Yes.
In my apartment. It's cold out. How are you?
Yes, it's cold here too. Yeah, in the 20s, so it's a cold. I'm North Carolina. Not so cold for you down there though, Logan, right? Like on the Gulf Coast?
I'm in Biloxi, Mississippi, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. It's about an hour outside of New Orleans. So I am living the dream right now. I am not cold at all,
Yeah.
enjoying this beautiful weather. So, but yes, we're super excited to talk to you today, though. You are our first guest of 2026.
Yes.
And man, oh man, you come from a line of overachievers. We were doing our research on you, and your whole family is overachievers, it seems like.
A line of overachievers. I love that. I have to tell my mom that because I know that's where it stems from. That's who you're probably talking about.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we're always curious about how people get started. You know, this industry is not easy to get into, and it's not easy to stay in, and it's not. So we're always curious if, like, is that something like right away you knew you wanted to do? Oh man, this is like my dream. I got to get into it. But doing the research, like Logan said, it wasn't for you, right? You're like, nah, I'm a dancer. I'm a dancer. I want to be a. And so acting. How did we get there? So let's start there. Talk about how you got started in the industry, how you make the transition from dancing. Because, I mean, you were like awesome dancer, award-winning dancer and ballet. And you do. How do you make that transition? Talk about a little bit about the ballet and then talk about how you made that transition.
Well, it's never everything that always happens in your life. Like it's so crazy how it just comes about. It's kind of like you have a goal, but then that goal gets like flushed and pushed somewhere else without you even like realizing. That's kind of happened with me. So I knew I wanted to be a dancer. From the moment I was 12 years old, so funny. I was like, I'm not going to college at 17, 18. I'm going to be on a ballet company.
Nice.
And I was like, I'm not going to school. I was homeschooled. I did online schooling all throughout high school because I just of my extensive dance and ballet training and traveling and competing. And plus in high school, that's when I started acting. So I was just traveling to LA a lot along with my dancing. And I was like, okay, no school. Let's get to work. Let's do it. But I never actually thought about acting. My brother actually growing up, he's a musician.
Okay.
But he's the one that actually my mom was throwing him in acting classes and improv classes in Chicago, and I was never wanted to do that. I was very shy. I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I did some modeling, but like a lot of it was modeling and dancing, and I liked that stuff. That was fun. But yeah, I was just a dancer. That's all I wanted to do. And then my manager, still to this day, Lisa Morgan in Chicago, shout out MBM Studios.
Yes.
She was living in LA with her son, Trevor Morgan. He's a wonderful actor, producer, very, very close family friend of mine still to this day. They were living in LA and he was working, but she decided to move back home to Chicago and
Yep.
wanted to open up an acting studio management company because she's just really great in the industry. She's been within it so long, with her son, and is a phenomenal coach and just person and business and everything. So she was looking for a studio to rent. And she happened coming across my mom, who at that point had a little independent studio where a lot of people would rent from if they needed extra space for dancing, etc., rehearsals. And she got in touch with my mom and started renting my mom's space.
Oh.
Yeah, and I remember my mom being like, "Oh, this woman from LA, acting coach, she's starting a business. She's gonna do like acting management. Like, would you be interested?" I'm like, "No, like I don't want anything to do with it." She ended up having a casting call, like her first casting call my mom helped her with, and they had dancers and talents and singers and Broadway people all from Chicago like come and audition and meet her. And technically, I guess you could say I was her first client, even though I didn't want to do it. And
Yeah.
she,
I love that.
I truly was like, okay, fine, I'll give this a shot, but you're not taking me. Like, I'm a dancer. Sorry, gotta go to dance class. Like,
Yes. Yes.
and actually, one of my first auditions with her, I was about like 13 or 14. She was like, "This is perfect. I just got an audition for like, it was ABC Bunheads with Amy Sherman Palladino."
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So there was an audition for one of the students at that school, and I was like, okay, fine, maybe I'll audition. Pop me there. So of course I did, and I got sent like straight to producers, and I was flying out to LA the next week with my mom because still a kid, and we had like this whole LA experience, and that's kind of when I fell in love with it and thought,
Mhm.
oh, this is maybe something that I can do. And ever since that trip, I ended up not getting the part, but it did open my eyes up and
Yeah.
be like, wow, this is such a cool, interesting world, just like dance, but in a different aspect. And the fact that you can combine both of them, and I
Mm-hmm.
realized at a young age, like, is very helpful and yeah, just awesome. So that's how I started.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like in this entertainment industry, you can never have enough skills. So, I mean, as long as you say you can ride a horse, you will probably be able to ride a horse.
I could ride a horse.
See, exactly,
I've ridden
exactly.
a horse once, but
That's
I
right. No, yeah.
You're a professional now.
I'm a
That's what it is.
professional.
But I think the cool thing about the entertainment industry is, and what really drew us to it, because we're filmmakers ourselves, was like it is really a lifestyle. You know, once you
Yeah.
get entrenched and get bitten by the entertainment bug or the actors bug, they like to call it, it kind of becomes your entire life. You want to learn more about it, not just the films that are playing now, but the film and televisions that came way before your time, even. So it's kind of a beautiful thing. And plus, like, you always hear the dark side of the entertainment industry. Like, there's some shady people. And yes, there definitely is. But, like, from just us doing this podcast, we've been able to come across, like, many amazing, beautiful souls that, you know, are really genuine human beings that are worth having a conversation with. And that's kind of why we started this podcast. It was basically first for us to make connections in the entertainment industry so we can kind of be like, oh, maybe they can be in our project, maybe they can be in our project. But then it's turned into this thing where we're like, no, it's all about lending the helping hand to the up and comers trying to break into it, to where, like, not only will we learn about different aspects and how people break into it, but we're also going to help the next person who finds our podcast to be able to be like, oh, so this is what this person did to break into it. Maybe I can try that, but put my own little flavor on it. You know, so it's kind of that beautiful thing of lending the helping hand and being able to continue moving forward and building this community. Because honestly, since becoming a filmmaker and since getting into the podcast space and things like that, there's no other type of community that I would want to be a part of. I mean, we
Yeah.
get to talk to amazing people like you. I mean, to be able to have great conversations is a blessing. And I'm sure you've come across many different things throughout your journey to where you're like, wow, this is an amazing thing that I get to do.
Yeah, you learn so much, and it really is just a big community is so important.
It
And
is.
in this entertainment world, it is very important to have that community and share stories because ultimately all we are doing is storytelling, but in different ways.
Yes.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, getting to like come together and share our stories in different ways than we would on the screen or in the script or writing is it's all very important.
You get to experience such amazing things that this life has to offer because of this particular profession. And I think that's the beauty of it. And I'm sure you can tell we're a glass half full type of people. It doesn't matter if we spend 18 hours on a set. We're just happy to be there and be communicating and telling a story that will hopefully spark conversations later down the line with different people who view the film or the project. So I think that's very fun. But we are very excited because we are going to be talking about Return of the Living Dead. That's coming out in 2026. And man, oh man, I'm super excited because we are writers ourselves as filmmakers. And me personally, Dustin's written a little bit of horror, but I have never experienced or written any type of horror in that aspect. And then plus, I'm hearing down the line that you were able to play with some practical effects in a world that's full of CGI and computer animation, to be able to go back and have the practical effects and the practical makeup, I think that's so special. So how'd you get started with this particular project? Was it kind of like a standard, reached out to your agent, you auditioned, sides, all that good stuff?
Yeah, it was Steve Walsh, the director. He's such a good time. He's phenomenal. He reached out to my team actually and was interested in having me for this role,
Mm.
which was very cool. Like you get that a few times, but it's never really a project that I'm, overly excited for. But me,
Right.
I am a horror fan. I love 80s horror. So as
Yes.
soon as Return of the Living Dead, I knew, and I was like, wait, what? Say what? So it got me really excited, and obviously I was like, oh my God, I would love to do this. So then I did a little tape, sent it over, and they loved it. And the next week I was being flown out to LA to get my face molded. And
Nice.
Tony Gardner, the iconic Tony Gardner, oh my gosh, he's done everything. I went to his studio and he had Chucky's all around, Chucky dolls that he's made for like everything. And he worked with all the Jackass people and did all Bad
Hmm.
Grandpa. So he has like, and he did the original, obviously, Return of the Living Dead
Right.
on that as well, which is very cool that like they were able to get him back for this one. And he's so happy and passionate. And yeah, so I sat in a chair for 4 hours and got a mold of my face because they have to do something crazy to me, which I can't tell, but something in the scene that I'm in is crazy stuff happens.
That just means
Absolutely.
That
everybody
they
will have to watch it.
I don't
Yes.
tell.
Yeah. So and like Logan said, I love the fact that they're going that route with makeup and practical effects, because we
Oh,
have kind of abandoned it so much, and there's only, I feel like, a handful of filmmakers out there that are still like, I want to shoot on film and I want to use models and practical effects. I'm gonna build the bomb. I don't want to do And so anytime you get an opportunity to be on a set like that, such a learning experience about how they used to do it, and hopefully sometimes still do. So that's incredible. It is a process, though, like you said, and it doesn't always go right sometimes. I produced a horror film one time, and it just nothing was going right. We couldn't find the prop knife. We had to use a real knife. Whoa, no, you never want to use a real knife. Then the blood wouldn't spurt the way it was supposed to spurt because it wasn't going in properly. So I'm like, well, we couldn't get it. And I'm like, okay, well, we need a stand-in. So I volunteer to stand in, and they're going to use this real knife. The actress is going to use this real knife and try to come down on the chest. And I've got a baking sheet underneath the prosthetic, and she's like coming down, and I'm like, it's fine. If anybody's gonna get hurt, it should be me, not. And it was just so insane, but the scene ended up being phenomenal. It was fantastic. But you look back at things like that and the stories that you walk away from horror films, because there's always something on a horror film, and I'm like, that was a real knife she was hurling down at my cookie sheet chest. I was like, are you kidding me right now? So yeah, I love that you get to be involved with that. And I also love that you said you love 80s horror films, because I feel like that was like, yeah, come on, who doesn't love a good slasher or zombie film from the 80s? It's fantastic.
yeah, like it's always the memes, good memes on horror.
Yes.
I've always wanted to get like prosthetics put on me, and yeah, I've had like little prosthetics on different projects that I've worked on, but never to where I have to be sitting in a chair and you can't move or can't speak
That's
because
right.
they're literally molding a cast like on your body and then have to saw it off.
Yo, yeah, so full one with the straws up the nose to breathe, and like full
Yeah,
on.
yeah, full on. And
Yeah.
Tony, he's incredible. He sent me a mold, like my face mold, to my house, so I have it like
What?
hanging on
That's
my.
awesome.
It's so funny.
Yes.
But yeah, getting back to like the practical effects of this were just so cool. Oh, thank you. Here.
Oh,
Oh,
look at
nice.
that.
That's
That is
epic.
awesome. Yeah, not many people
so
can put
funny.
a mold of their face up somewhere. That's incredible.
Right.
That's awesome.
So funny. I'm like, this is scary, but so wild. Yeah, he just had like literally every famous person that you could think of that he's molded their face. He has an extra copy of their face, and in his office, he has a whole wall of heads. It's just so
It's
hilarious and terrifying.
and terrifying. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind of
terrifying,
creepy, but awesome.
but I loved it. But yeah, getting back to like the practical effects of the movie, like Tony Gardner and his team and Steve Walsh, they're just so committed to the act of no, we're only using practical effects. Like a
Mm,
lot of movies who have practical effects, sometimes they get a second shot where they're let's get a clean slate so that we can, put some VFX in it
right,
afterward.
right.
He was so against that. Anytime somebody would be like, "Well, should we get a clean slate?" He's like, "No, we're not doing it. It's all real. Everything was real from because it takes place during Christmas
Hmm.
of 1985. So it's during like the holidays. There's Christmas lights, Christmas music. It's snowing. So
Nice.
all the snow was all real practical effects snow. So it really just like when you're in something like that, and especially when the monsters are real, fully in a suit, like it makes that world so much more real and so much easier to like envelop yourself in it and act and just overall a better experience. I mean, who wants to be in front of a green screen? I get you have to sometimes, but like this was just such a fun project for that exact reason.
Mm.
That's freaking fantastic. Yeah, Steve seems like the type of person who's really committed to having a genuine, organic, fun set that you can, walk away with a great film and also some great memories. What was it like working with him?
He was awesome. Like he was so much fun. He just like as you could tell, he obviously took everything very seriously and wanted it to be
Hmm.
perfect and this is going to be just like the 80s one in the sense that we're doing this all like with our hands. This
Yeah.
is none of this is going to be the aftermath. Like all of it what you're seeing is what it's going to be.
Hmm.
And he also took like the liberty of inside like my family's home. I have like a daughter and a husband who is played by Devon Sawa, and inside the home everything is decorated to a T. And he took it upon himself to go on eBay and go to vintage places and buy
Nice.
Coke cans from 1985,
Wow.
like everything. There was like a workout bicycle, like stuff that were only made in that year. He had the entire like set design was incredible, and you couldn't even like it's not like we were having a scene in the house. Like it was just quick, quick, quick.
And that leads to such authenticity in the performances, right? Because like you said, when you have the actual snow falling and you have the actual stuff, it's hard not to just be real. It becomes so authentic that the performance has to be authentic as well. So yeah, I love that. That's why I'm so old school. That's why I like doing it the old fashioned way, because I think you just get better performances that way. It's how do you get the best real delivery of a performance or a delivery of a character? By putting them in a real world. And yeah, I love that.
And you are, very fashionable. I have stalked your Instagram. So I would like to know, since this was set in 1985 and, the 90s trend and the 80s trends are kind of coming back into fashion.
Yes.
Did you take anything from set? Did you take any
I don't
wardrobes?
take anything from set. I'm really thinking hard because I
Never, never, no.
person that loves sentimental things for, it's just but no, I did not take anything. Oh, they gave me the little back seat of my cash chair. I
Oh,
have
that's nice.
Living Dead and it says Delilah on it. Or no, it says
Yeah.
my cash or Delilah. Yeah, Delilah, because I'm playing Delilah Horton.
Yes.
Uh, that honestly, that and the face mold, I was like, that's more than enough.
I mean,
Right,
yeah,
for
the
sure.
face mold for sure. Like, I mean, come on. That's incredible. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
incredible.
So no, I did not take anything that I wasn't supposed to, besides maybe some snacks.
There you go.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
we all got to eat.
No, for
Yeah.
sure. I think I would have snagged like an '80s Coke can. I would have done.
I know that would have been a really cool little mem, but
That's right. You know.
Steve, I didn't take your Coke.
It wasn't me. It
That's right.
wasn't me. That's
Wasn't
funny.
me.
That's great. Well, how we like to round out our interviews is by hitting you with some popcorn questions. They're just these fun, lighthearted questions to get the fans and us to know you a little bit better. And our first one is always a fun one.
Yeah.
What do you think was the funniest moment or most memorable moment on the set of Return of the Living Dead?
The funniest moment. I think I've never worked on a set where I'm working with like a live creature, like a monster that is
Hmm.
like fully, and I hadn't seen him before
Oh,
I
even
went to
better.
set. So and they didn't do that on purpose. Like I could have like popped in the makeup room when he was, but like or you're busy, you're doing stuff. So I hadn't seen him and I'm like going to set, but I'm not afraid. Like I love horror films. I watch horror all the time. So I was like not freaked out or anything to like go and be like, "Woo." But I walked on set and I didn't know Alex Ward, who is playing Tarman
Hmm.
in Return of the Living Dead. I didn't know Tarman was on set yet. And I kind of just walked over there and he scared the shit out of me. Like, just looking at him, like I couldn't, it's dark out, there's lights, there's tons of crew, camera people, and I walk on, I didn't expect him to be there, and I turned and I literally like screamed and I was like, holy shit.
That's
So
so great.
that's like a funny thing that comes to my head just because like I've never worked with, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
monster creature.
Tarman. I love that. I love it.
Monster. So that was just like a funny moment that I was like, oh my gosh. It's pretty scary. Pretty scary. The fans are gonna love it.
And I
Like,
bet they wish they were rolling on it for the scream, right? Like, no. I'd have been like, come on.
I
Um,
know.
okay, so we know how you feel about that world and being a part of that world and everything. So, but if you could live in any other movie or television show, which one would you live in and why?
Oh my gosh. Um, I feel like it's gonna sound psychopathic if I say Game of Thrones because who would want to live back then? But I want to be a queen. I want to be fighting and have power.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But besides that, I know I did mention Yellowstone earlier. I am, even though I've only ridden a horse once, I'm a big cowgirl.
There you
I'm a
go.
cowgirl at heart, and I would love to be on a show, a Western, just something,
Hmm.
whether it's an old Western or something new,
Yeah.
like today's age that Tyler Sheridan does. Like that
Hmm.
world is so fun.
Hey, Rip and Beth, they got the Dutton Ranch now. That one's coming.
Yep, I
So,
know.
yeah,
I can be a
I'm
Dutton. I
just.
can be a Dutton.
That's right. Come on now. I love
Uh,
that.
that's funny. The next one is new to our popcorn questions. You are the first person I have ever asked this one to. What was your expectations for the entertainment industry compared to what your real experience has been?
Ooh, we're getting deep now.
Right?
Yes.
We're getting right to it. My expectations. I guess, like a lot of people's expectations of the entertainment industry are like, the people are shallow or mean or harsh or, it's just not a nice world.
Right.
I
Hmm.
feel like that was kind of what I'm thinking going into the acting world. Coming from the dance world, I did think that even. But growing up in the dance world, it is very cutthroat, but it's
Hmm.
beautiful and the people that you meet and you have I made my best friends dancing. I also made my best friends acting, and I soon came to realize that that's not true. And it's true in every industry. Like, it doesn't
Hmm.
matter where you are, there could be people that aren't the best or aren't looking out for your best interest, but I found very easily just surrounding myself with the right people
Yep.
and right projects and just having the right mindset, it's never like that. So it's again all about community and like I found that the community in the entertainment world is incredible and the people are amazing and so passionate and talented and it really just inspires you to do better and be better and yeah, keep inspiring others.
And
Great
and
answer.
Yeah, that's kind of why we do these interviews and love talking to people like yourself, because there is a misconception of what Hollywood is, right? They're all rich, spoiled, and they're all mean, nasty people, and they also think it's some vast, huge world. It's a really small community. Everybody literally knows everybody, and so your reputation spreads quickly. If you're a nice person and everybody wants to work with you and you're good, that's immediately who you are. And if you're not, that's immediately who you are. And so, we just try to put that out there for people to understand. Is there a bad apple here or there? Of course. But like you said, that's everywhere. But the vast majority of this very small, tight-knit community are just good people. And yeah, it's good to hear when you share stories like that. So keeping it deep and getting there, what advice, if you could go back and talk to your 10-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Oh my gosh. I would tell her not to be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I finally got to the point in my life. I turned 30 next month.
No,
Or
no way.
30 in 2 months.
Come
And
on now.
I know, I got a baby face. I finally gotten to the point in my life where like I'm not green anymore in the aspect like they say that in the acting world, but I'm not green in just life. Like
Yeah.
I know who I am now for the first time in my whole life in the past few years. I know who I am. I know what I project. I know who I want to be. And I know that just it's scary as a teenager and growing up and not knowing what to do and having to figure out, living on your own. And my whole time I lived in LA, it's just a very, very confusing and it can be scary world. So I would just tell myself not to be afraid and just really believe in yourself because in the end you'll be fine. And now I finally know that.
Love that. Love that.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw a video the other day that was talking about late teenagers, early 20-year-olds who are entering into adulthood, and this is the first time that not everything is planned out for them, and that can bring a
Yeah.
lot of anxiety. And how your parents would basically plan your entire lives with some leeway. Obviously, the older and older you get, but now like they're very hands off, and it's all you, so that does bring a lot of anxiety. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm turning 30 this year as well. So we're gonna get through this. I'm gonna have a funeral for my 20s, for my birthday. I know.
Love that. I love that. Would you be mad if I steal that?
As long as if you post it, you have to tag me. Thanks for the idea.
Oh, I
Like,
will take the idea. I have a friend that just had a funeral, and I was working on another show in Toronto not too long ago, and she had a funeral for her apartment that she was moving out of.
see, it's a
Yeah.
thing now. It's a thing.
And I loved it. She was like, we're all black. We all had to show up
Yes.
in a veil. And I was like, this is the best party ever.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm planning on like printing out a massive picture of myself, like maybe
Oh,
like from a day before that was like this is me when I was 20 and this is me now.
I
Like,
love
yeah.
it. I
You
love
got to
it.
go full New Orleans though, bro. Do the straight line band, and just
Oh
it can
yeah,
make it a celebration.
for sure.
That's
Exactly.
that's the one thing I love about that area. Funerals are a celebration. They just have a party and it's great.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Well, our final question is, are you happy with your career so far?
I am very happy with my career. I say if my career ended tomorrow, I would still be happy with myself and everything that I did. Or if it continued on and blossomed, which I would love for that to happen, and I dream of that for happen and that to happen, and that is a big goal of mine,
Mhm.
I would be very happy. But I know that wherever I'm supposed to be, I will end up.
That's
It's
right.
at the end of the day, it's not up to me. So I am just here for the ride,
Mm.
and I'm not afraid.
Yes, yes. Well, I
Fantastic.
mean, just I think the career is going to be a long one. Just not just for talent wise, but just because you're a decent human being and a good person, and that generally goes a long way. I think in longevity, for a career. Plus the fact that you look like you could play late teens, early 20s, so you could probably be, you got a long stretch to where you can
I'm
still
gonna be
play a
in high
kid.
school forever, I believe.
Forever.
And I didn't
Yeah.
even go to high school, so
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
I always used to be so mad watching, like, I loved High School Musical, and I remember I was like in junior high maybe when High School Musical came out, and
Yeah.
I was acting at the time, and I was pissed because it was like age I should be playing them, but I looked like I was like 3.5
Right.
at the point. And they're all like Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, they're all like in their 30s, and
Yeah.
now I was angry all the way like up into my early 20s, still mad. I'm like, well, I can't even play a high schooler. I look so little, but now I understand and I'm very happy. So
There
I'm
you
just
go.
waiting for them to do a High School Musical reboot. I'll be like, hello.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's so great. Well, listen, Miss Cashmere, thank you so much for coming on the show and being our first guest of 2026. This has
Yes.
been a phenomenal ride. I hate that there are always such short conversations, but this is only an open door for you to come back whenever. Feel free. We'll follow you on Instagram so we can have that line of communication as well. And is there anywhere that, you would like the listeners to be directed to as far as the film, your social media, the film's social media?
Yes, absolutely. I post a lot. I love sharing everything that I do in regards to my work and just, yeah, like I'll be sharing the heck out of this. I'll be like, everybody listen. So my Instagram is basically just my name at Casimere, Casimere. And listeners could definitely find more info on the Return of the Living Dead if they go to their website at returnofthelivingdead.com.
Nice.
And their official Instagram account, which you could probably see me posting about, is official Return of the Living Dead. And there will be some fun stuff on there that will keep you excited until it comes out because it's coming out November 2026. So we
Yeah.
got
Ooh,
time. We got some time.
Well, we will
yes.
definitely make sure to tag all of that and direct people to it because there's a fan base out there for sure that's going to be real excited. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you again. Like Logan said, open invite anytime you want to come back. And this has just been a joy, and you are a gem. And yeah, we're so grateful for you.
You're amazing. This was so fun. Thank you for having me. Lisa's been telling me about you guys for a long time, and I've been like, I want to do it. I want to do it. I'm so happy that it finally worked out and we got a chance to do this. And I would love to come back on.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
fantastic. We have a mental health podcast as well. If you're ever into that type of thing,
Oh, really?
opening up and sharing. Yeah, we call it our biweekly therapy session. So
Yes,
yeah,
I
it
love a
helps.
bi-weekly therapy session.
That's right.
So that sounds great.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, thank you again so much. Take care, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. What a great way to start the guest season for 2026, the guest calendar, the guest list for
Yes.
2026.
Oh, absolutely. And the name says it all. Cashmere.
Yeah, right.
What, right? Just what a beautiful, lovely young woman. I'm still not buying she's turning 30. Come on. Come on. But yeah, it's just, you said it. You said it. It's such a blessing to be able to meet and talk to individuals like Kashmir and the people that exist in the industry, and it's one of the greatest joys of being able to do what we do. And yeah, she's a gem. You guys make sure you follow her. Make sure you check it out. Go to the website for the film. Man, yeah, just amazing.
Just amazing. Yeah, one more time, returnofTheLivingDead.com. And on Instagram, it's at official Return of the Living Dead for
Yes.
more information. Be sure to check all those out. And one more time, thank you again, Miss Cashmere, for coming on the show.